Hi guys, welcome back to Lights Camera Action with Amanda. Today you'll be learning a little bit more about who Amanda Iriekme is, why I decided to go into acting, why I decided to learn directing and become a director and a producer, and a little bit of some extra things, by the side as well. So that's pretty much what you'll be learning today. Stay tuned.
Monday.
So how long have I been acting for? I've been acting for about 7 years now. I started in 2018. Um, the whole journey, I have an episode where I already kind of explained a bit about how I started acting from um, doing an extra role for a production that came into the spa where I was working while I was in school one time, many years back. And that's how the dream started. So when I was done with school, I decided to relocate to Lagos, to pursue this acting career of mine. It's been quite a journey, to be honest. There's been ups and downs, there's been yeses and nos, and as actors, you get that a lot, in this industry. But one thing I'm going to say is don't let getting a no, weigh you down or make you feel like you're not good enough or whatever that is. The truth is, you're good enough. You're probably not what they are looking for in that point in time. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that will also ginger you to, learn more about your craft and improve yourself in many ways. Yeah. So, what field would I like to dive deep into in the film industry? Well, I'm currently already doing that, directing. I'm a director in training right now. It's been an interesting ride, to be honest. I love directing because it gives me room to be very creative. It lets me express myself a lot more than I would as an actor. Yeah, because I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like actors kind of they might be limited in a way because yeah, there's a script, the director already knows what he wants this character to be, but the actor also has their own idea of what the character would be, which might be slightly different from what the director wants. But it's the reason why I said is limited is because um, they they have to stay in a certain box. I don't know how to put it in a way that you would understand. Like there's a certain circle that they cannot cross because of the particular character that they are meant to be playing. But as a director, when you see the script, yes, when you see the script, you know how you want this character to be. There's a whole diversity. I don't know if I'm making any sense, in a way that you guys would understand, but there's a whole world um, directors see. They have a wider range, a broader vision when it comes to films or scripts or storytellings and all of that. So that's one thing about directing that I really love because it gives me the opportunity to express myself, to be more creative. Yeah. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna divert just a bit, not just a bit, a lot actually. So another question that I have here is what else do you do that people are not aware of? Yeah. So that's one thing I'm going to say. I'm also an event planner. I do like small intimate events for people, birthdays, proposals, and all of that. Just intimate stuff, nothing loud, nothing big. So that's one thing that I do other than acting and currently directing. So yeah. What is one major thing that life has taught me? Well, I would say that, to be honest, life has taught me a lot, but being in a space of peace is one very important thing for me because when you do not have peace of mind, everything just seems crazy. It's like the whole world is against you or something. Yeah. So having peace. That's one thing that I would say that life has taught me to be very intentional about, you know. Has there ever been a time when I wanted to quit? Yes, there has. As an actor, like I said, sometimes you get a lot of no's. Yeah. So, yes, there have been times when I've wanted to, just stop and find something else to do with my life. But I had these two friends one time, at that time when I was in that state of mind, they convinced me, they encouraged me not to quit. They said things will get better. Just keep doing what you do, be consistent, and before you know it, everything will fall into place. It was a struggle, yes, but I eventually, just continued with what I was doing whilst still feeling like quitting. But yeah, over time, I realized that I started to get better. I started to get more calls. I started to get more recommendations and all of that. So things did get better. So that is another thing I would tell you guys who are people, those of you who are watching right now. Don't give up on whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you dream of accomplishing for yourself. Don't give up, because if you do, then there will be no chance to actually, get that done. So keep doing what you're doing. It's going to happen. So, what grounds Amanda when life gets overwhelming? This is kind of a deep question. Um, for lack of better words, I would say that when life gets overwhelming, I mostly go into my shell. Yeah. I try to avoid people as much as I can, even though I know that that's not a good thing, because at the end of the day, a lot of times you need people to help you come out of whatever um, sad state you might be in, or overwhelming state that you might be in at the time. But I was normally used to just going back into my shell, beating myself up about life and why things aren't working out for me or weren't working out for me. Um, but then as I grew older, I realized that you are what you think about. Yeah. So while growing up, or as I grew older, one thing that I learned is that I have to continuously think positive thoughts, see myself as what it is that I wish to become, see myself as though I am already that thing, yeah, or as though I have already accomplished those things. And the moment I started to do that, I realized that it started to give me some form of, it lifted my spirit, yeah. And then I became a bit more open to be able to have conversations with close people, who I trusted, or who I trust rather. Yeah, and they also in turn helped me with those situations to come out of those sad, deep, unfortunate sometimes situations. So, yeah, I would say one thing that has grounded me as a person over time is that I believe in myself, I speak positive to myself, and yeah, things have been great that way. I'm going to quickly say something. When I say going back into my shell, yeah, it's like going back within. And a lot of times, like I said, it's not entirely good because then you're alone. But sometimes it's also okay to actually sit for a period of time, sit by yourself, go within, you know, try to recollect, try to connect with yourself as a person, because a lot of us move around, and I don't know how to put this. A lot of us move around without really knowing who we are, what we want, you know. So go within yourself, find out who you are, what you want for yourself, and then act on it. And then you can speak to people who are also around you, people who you trust, people who you feel like um, can help you in these times, these tough times, even in good times too. But because we're talking about tough situations, people who you trust enough to help you through it, and you don't know. You could really just it could just um I don't know the word to use, but it just makes you feel better, you know. I mean, that's what works for me. I don't know if it's like that for everybody else, but I think that when you go within yourself, you can find who you are, and that can make you really happy, you know. What does glow, grow, and flow mean to me? Okay, so that's just like something that I use to push myself a little more. Grow, growth. It's pretty much there in the word. Learning, unlearning, improving myself. That's what grow means to me. And then glow, as a pretty girl now, gotta look nice. So when you enter a room like this, heads will turn and you'd be like, oh my God, that's me walking right in there. Yeah, so yeah, there's that, taking care of myself. So glowing is me taking care of myself internally and outwardly as well. Then flow, for me, flow is just going along with my spirit. Yeah, what my spirit tells me to do. I try my best not to disobey, because I have been in situations where I've disobeyed what my spirit has told me and I regretted it like so much. So, flow for me is listening to my spirit and making sure that I obey. Yes. Is there anything I would change about myself if I could turn back the hands of time? No, actually. I feel like everything that I've been through has had to happen for me to get where I am today. Yes. It has taught me a lot of things. Life, everything that I've been through in life has taught me a lot of things. So no, I would not change anything about myself. Actually, no. Mm, well, I can be very playful, so I think a very happy face is my best expression. And yes, I use it to my advantage on set, of course, because I feel like sometimes when you're filming, when you're on set in a new space filled with strangers, sometimes people a lot of times people you're meeting for the first time, it can be a little bit tense, You're not sure if this person will be a nice person or not. So yes, my happy face is just like is the same way people have resting beach face. So when I'm in my workspace like that, I have a resting happy face, so it makes things easier for my colleague. It makes things easier generally. And it's very easy to work with other people as well, because then they find me a bit more receptive. Not everybody, but some people, they find me a bit more receptive, and it's easier to work. Yeah. Is being vulnerable a superpower? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a superpower, but I would say being vulnerable sometimes can be a good thing in the right spaces. Yes. You can't be vulnerable in a place where you don't feel safe. A lot of times people can use that against you. That's the truth. But if you're in a safe space, yes, I can say being vulnerable can be a superpower. Yes. What do I say to hype myself before a big day? So I don't have a specific thing. I just tell myself, okay, Amanda, you got this. Yes, this is a huge thing. You're nervous. It's okay. Taking deep breaths. And I take in a lot of deep breaths to calm my nerves. And then I tell myself, you got this. I mean, if they called you here, they know what they want from you. They can see what you can bring. Yeah. So yeah, you're good. Or if it's something I'm doing myself, Amanda, you have come this far. You cannot let your nerves pull you down right now. Do you get? So you have to collect yourself. So yeah, I mostly just breathe through the entire process and tell myself, oh, you got this. You can do this. You got this. Yeah. Who is Amanda when no one is watching, especially on a chill Sunday evening? Amanda is the kind of person that just likes to, like, no makeup, no wig, like, just be myself at home. I can just a lot. I don't know if I should say this, but I'll say it anyway. A lot of times I like to just move around bare in my house and just relax, get a cup of lemon tea mixed with honey and just breathe through, watch a movie, eat some snacks, and relax. That's who Amanda is when nobody's watching. What is meat? What is something Amanda cannot live without? I love meat. I cannot live without meat. Chicken, turkey, cow, any form of meat. I can't live without it. Okay, as a woman, what is my take? Personally, and this is just my preference or my thought process. I am not one of those who are, always running to say, "Oh, I have to be married before 30." I don't think 30 is a deal breaker. Anybody can be married at any point in time that feels right for them. I feel like societal standards is what makes people feel like, "Oh, if you don't marry before 30, then you're old or you're lagging or something." So yeah, I feel like everyone should own their own, and when they feel ready and they feel like, oh, they have met the right person, sure, why not? But if not, I don't think running into marriage just because you're about to hit 30 is the right choice to make, personally, like I said. So yeah. Anyway, guys, so thank you for joining me on my little heart-to-heart conversation on Lights, Camera, Action with Amanda. I will see you next time, hopefully with a guest. Or not. See ya.